Two things most gardeners throw away without a second thought are secretly some of the most powerful free fertilizer ingredients you will ever find. Wood ash from your fire pit or fireplace and the weeds you pull from your garden beds every single week are not waste. They are a waiting source of potassium, calcium, and nitrogen that your plants are desperately craving right now. In just 3 days, using these two free ingredients and a 5-gallon bucket, you can brew a rich amber-colored liquid fertilizer that your soil and your plants will respond to fast. Here is the transformation you are going to make. A pile of scraggly pulled weeds and a scoop of gray fireplace ash become a bucket of dark golden liquid fertilizer packed with plant-ready nutrients, and it takes just 72 hours. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to brew it, how to dilute it correctly, and how to apply it to get visible results in your vegetable garden, raised beds, or containers within 2 weeks. This is one of the most cost-effective methods in all of organic gardening, and everything you need is already sitting in your backyard right now. Before you start, gather everything in one place so the process stays clean and simple. You will need one 5-gallon plastic bucket with a loose-fitting lid, a generous armful of freshly pulled green garden weeds. Dandelions, chickweed, clover, and nettles all work exceptionally well, and approximately 2 heaping cups of completely cooled wood ash from a fireplace, fire pit, or wood-burning stove. You will also need a length of cheesecloth or old mesh fabric for straining, a long wooden stirring stick, and enough clean, unchlorinated water to fill the bucket to within a few inches of the top. One important rule when collecting your weeds: avoid using any that have already gone to seed. Even in liquid form, some seeds can survive the steeping process and germinate directly in your garden beds when you apply the finished tea. Stick to young, leafy green weeds that are actively growing. The younger and greener they are, the more nitrogen and trace minerals they hold locked in their cells ready to release into your brew. Dandelions are particularly valuable because their deep taproots have been pulling minerals from far below your topsoil for weeks before you ever pulled them. Take your 5-gallon bucket and pack it loosely about halfway full with your selected green weeds. There is no need to chop them or prepare them in any special way. Simply tear them apart roughly with your hands and drop them into the bucket in loose, irregular layers. What you are creating here is enough open surface area for the water to get in and around all the plant tissue during steeping, which is what drives the nutrient extraction. Pressing them down gently is perfectly fine, but avoid compacting them into a solid, dense mass that would block water from circulating freely through the material. With your weeds loaded, measure out 2 heaping cups of completely cooled wood ash and add it directly on top of the plant material in the bucket. Spread it as evenly as you can across the entire surface of the weeds before adding any water, so it begins to dissolve and integrate gradually as water goes in, rather than sinking in one heavy clump at the bottom. Wood ash is naturally high in potassium and calcium carbonate, and it carries a slightly alkaline pH, making it especially useful for gardeners dealing with acidic soil conditions. Together, the weeds supply nitrogen and organic acids, while the ash delivers potassium and calcium, creating a surprisingly well-rounded nutrient profile. Some experienced organic gardeners add a small double handful of finished dark compost on top of the ash layer at this stage before adding water. This is entirely optional, but it introduces a concentrated population of beneficial microorganisms directly into the brew from the start, which accelerates the nutrient release process and adds additional biological complexity to the finished tea. If you have mature compost available, it is worth including. If not, the weed and ash combination alone will produce a fully effective liquid feed, with no additional inputs required. Fill the bucket slowly to within a few inches of the top with clean, unchlorinated water. Rainwater is the best option if you have it available, because it is naturally free of additives and slightly acidic, which complements the alkaline ash and creates a more balanced brew overall. Pour the water in gently and steadily, rather than all at once, to avoid washing the ash off the weed layer too aggressively. Once filled, use your long wooden stick to stir the entire mixture slowly from the bottom upward, combining the ash, weeds, and water into a uniform murky slurry. You will immediately see the water begin to darken as the ash starts to dissolve. Place the lid loosely on top of the bucket. Cover it to keep out insects and debris, but do not seal it completely airtight because the biological activity inside needs airflow to work properly. Set the bucket in a warm, sheltered outdoor location, with at least partial sun exposure, because warmth is the single most important factor driving the speed of nutrient extraction. A bucket sitting in cool shade will produce a significantly weaker brew than one kept in a warm, sunny spot. Over the next 3 days, stir the mixture once or twice each day and watch the color deepen steadily from cloudy green to a rich dark amber as your liquid gold develops. After 3 full days of steeping, set up a second clean 5-gallon bucket and drape your cheesecloth or mesh fabric securely over the opening, holding it in place with a rubber band or by folding it tightly over the rim. Slowly pour the entire contents of your brewing bucket through the cloth, allowing the dark liquid to filter through cleanly while all the spent weed material and ash sediment is captured and held back by the cloth. Work patiently and let gravity do most of the work. Pressing gently on the solids with gloved hands will help you recover every last drop without tearing through the cloth. The spent weed material and ash sediment left in the cloth after straining is not waste. Transfer it directly to your compost pile, where it will continue breaking down and adding organic matter to your finished compost. The strained liquid in your second bucket is your finished weed and wood ash tea, a rich amber to brown concentrate packed with plant-ready potassium, calcium, and nitrogen. Label the bucket clearly with the date it was made and store it in a cool, shaded location away from direct sunlight. Kept covered, it will remain potent and effective for up to 2 full weeks before losing its fertilizing strength. Do not apply this liquid concentrate directly to your plants without diluting it first. This is the step most first-timers skip, and it genuinely matters. Concentrated weed and ash tea can overwhelm fine root hairs and may cause leaf burn or nutrient overload if used straight from the bucket. The correct ratio is 1 part liquid concentrate to 10 parts plain water. So 1 cup of your weed and ash tea stirred into 10 cups of water. The finished mix should look like a pale, golden amber tea in the watering can. If it still looks dark and opaque after diluting, add more water until you reach that lighter honey color. Water your garden soil lightly first if it is dry before applying the diluted tea, because feeding directly into completely dry soil can stress plant roots and reduce nutrient uptake. Then pour the diluted liquid slowly and evenly around the base of each plant, targeting the root zone and keeping the liquid away from the foliage. Apply every 7 to 10 days during the active growing season for the best cumulative results, and use it across vegetable beds, raised containers, fruit trees, and berry bushes alike. Consistent feeding every week or 2 builds soil nutrients gradually and sustainably, which is very different from the short-lived spike you get from synthetic fertilizers. If you are finding this useful and you want more of these zero-cost organic methods, take 1 second right now and hit the like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more gardeners who need this information. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that button now so you do not miss what is coming next in this series. There are more free fertilizer recipes on the way, and each one builds directly on what you are learning here, so you will want to stay connected. After 2 to 3 applications spaced 7 days apart, the difference in your garden will be visible and measurable. Plants consistently fed with diluted weed and wood ash tea show noticeably darker, richer green foliage compared to unfed plants growing in the same conditions. This happens because the potassium from the wood ash directly supports photosynthesis efficiency and cell wall strength, while the nitrogen released from the decomposed weed material drives rapid new leaf and stem growth. The beneficial bacteria and fungi living in your root zone also benefit significantly, because the organic compounds dissolved in the tea act as a direct food source for your soil biology. This method is especially effective on plants showing early signs of potassium or calcium deficiency. Watch for yellowing along the edges of older leaves, weak or floppy stems, or poor fruit set on plants that otherwise appear reasonably healthy. Wood ash tea is one of the fastest-acting natural corrections for potassium deficiency available to an organic gardener, and it works without purchasing a single product. Many experienced growers keep a continuous brewing cycle running throughout the entire growing season, starting a fresh batch every 3 to 4 days to maintain a steady, reliable supply of liquid feed available at all times. Here is the entire process in one straight line. Pull fresh young leafy weeds, avoiding any with seed heads, and pack them loosely halfway into a clean 5-gallon bucket. Add 2 heaping cups of completely cooled wood ash on top, then fill slowly with unchlorinated or rainwater and stir from the bottom up. Cover loosely and set in a warm spot outdoors for 3 full days, stirring once or twice daily as the water darkens. After 3 days, strain the liquid through cheesecloth into a clean second bucket, transfer the solids to your compost pile, label and date the liquid, and store it covered in a cool shaded location. Dilute 1 part tea to 10 parts water before every application and feed your plants at the root zone every 7 to 10 days throughout the growing season. What started as a pile of pulled weeds and a bucket of gray fireplace ash becomes a potassium and nitrogen-rich liquid fertilizer that costs nothing and requires less than 15 minutes of active work spread across 3 days. This is exactly what organic gardening is built on, using what nature already gives you, cycling nutrients back into your soil, and building a garden system that grows stronger and more productive with every passing season. Every bucket of this tea you brew is one fewer bag of purchased fertilizer you need, and one more investment in the long-term biological health of your soil. If you tried this method or you are planning to start a batch this week, drop a comment below and tell me what weeds you are using and what plants you are going to feed. That kind of real-world experience from your specific garden conditions helps every other gardener watching this video right now. If this gave you something useful today, hit the like button before you go. It takes 1 second, and it makes a genuine difference in helping this channel reach more gardeners who garden the organic way. Subscribe if you are not already on board, because every week this channel covers simple, no-cost organic methods, just like this one that you can put to work the same day you watch. The next video is already waiting for you. Click it now and keep building your organic garden the right way.